A Roman once heard that the prawns off the Libyan coast were the largest in the world. So he chartered a ship and sailed to North Africa just to try them. It cost him a fortune. After days at sea, the local fisherman presented the catch. He took one look at the prawns, decided the ones back home were better, and sailed back without ever stepping on land. His name was Marcus Gavius Apicius. In an ancient Rome, he became the most famous gastronome in history, and, according to the Romans, one of the strangest men who ever lived. Apicius lived in the early 1st century under the Emperor Tiberius. He was enormously rich, and he spent that fortune on one thing: food. Not to survive, not even to indulge, to perfect pleasure. And not ordinary pleasure, extreme pleasure. The rarest fish, the strangest sauces, the most expensive cuts. Roman writers say Apicius believed the finest part of a flamingo was its tongue. Not the bird, the tongue. That tells you almost everything. He wasn't interested in eating. He was interested in refinement, in distinction, in proving that his table could offer what nobody else's could. Roman writers describe him chasing flavor the way generals chased conquest. If a dish could be made richer, stranger, more excessive, Apicius wanted it. One of his most famous techniques was fattening pig livers on dried figs, creating a delicacy so influential that the Roman word for liver changed, ficatum, and centuries later, in Italian, fegato. That's Apicius' legacy. A man so obsessed with flavor that his recipes outlived the empire itself. And Rome noticed. Because in Rome, food was never just food. It was status, power, performance. And so Apicius yielded influence. Not military, not political, culinary. Who ate with you mattered almost as much as what was served. And Apicius sat close to power, very close. His daughter, Apicata, married Lucius Aelius Sejanus, the emperor's most powerful advisor. Then, in the year 26, Tiberius left Rome for Capri and never returned. From there, Sejanus effectively ran the empire, and for a while, Apicius sat at the center of Roman power. But power in Rome was never stable. And while Apicius kept refining banquets, kept chasing the perfect dish, the political ground beneath him was already breaking. In the year 31, a letter arrived from Capri. It was read aloud in the Senate, and by the end of that day, Sejanus had gone from the most powerful man in Rome to a dead man, executed for treason. His children were killed too, which left Apicata, Apicius' daughter, with nothing. So she wrote one final letter to the emperor. In it, she claimed Sejanus had poisoned the emperor's son years earlier. Not illness, murder. And she had known for 8 years. She sent the letter and then killed herself. In a matter of months, Apicius lost his son-in-law, his grandchildren, and his daughter. And the courtly world that had surrounded his table for decades collapsed with them. Not long after, Apicius looked at what remained of his fortune. Roman sources say he had spent 100 million sesterces on food. Modern historians have tried to translate that into today's currency, and the estimates vary wildly. But even the conservative ones landed around $300 million. What remained was 10 million. Still enough to live richly. Just not extravagantly. And for Apicius, that difference mattered. The philosopher Seneca the Younger says Apicius chose poison rather than live on less. That he would rather die than eat modestly. Maybe. But by then, his family was gone, his place at court was gone, and the world that gave meaning to his excess was gone too. Seneca says he died over money. but it rarely ends with just money. Apicius died, but his recipes survived. A cookbook bearing his name, De Re Coquinaria, still exists, one of the oldest surviving cookbooks in history, which means that 2,000 years later, we can still taste the world he spent his life chasing. The man is gone, Rome is gone, but somehow, dinner remains.